A long time ago, I'm guessing around 35 years ago, a photographer was teaching a technique of using one light as the main light and letting the ambient light create the fill. And that's a valid technique. You can use it in a situation like this, and this is the situation he was teaching, where you would photograph a bride or a bride and a groom in the back of the church like this and let the ambient light create the fill. This happens to be my wife and me. We were doing this just about 2 weeks ago because it was our 50th wedding anniversary, and we wanted to recreate some photographs that we had done by another photographer. Anyway, that technique works well, but there's a potential problem. And that problem is that the shadows are being lit by the tungsten or the ambient warm light in the room, and the flash is a cooler temperature. So the temperature of the flash may be about 5,800 or so, and the ambient light might be 3,400. So there's going to be a mismatch, and then the bride's gown is going to look more yellow. Now, my wife's gown is yellow because it's 50 years old, but it's going to look more so. So how do we fix that? Well, there are two ways you can fix it. The first way, and the way that I used on this portrait, was to use a fill light. So I'm using two softboxes, one off to the left for the main light, and then one very near the camera as the fill. So that takes care of the yellow in the shadows because it just overpowers it. The shutter speed on both of these was the same. Although I could have changed it, it didn't really matter. But in this case, the flash from the fill light evened out the color temperature. Now, there's another way to do this. If you want to have the contrast that we had in the original image, because as you can see, the contrast is lower here, lower lighting ratio. If you want to have that contrast, then you need to put a gel on the main light so that it equals the ambient light. So we would put an amber type of gel over the flash and warm its temperature so that it's the same as the church. That would be another technique, and I do that with other sessions, usually indoors, not so much outdoors. But those are two techniques you can use to avoid the yellow. And here's a pullback to show the lighting that I had set up for that. We have the main light to our left, and the fill light again is over the camera a little bit to the right. And I pulled it as far back as I could because of a light fall off. If I have it too close, things near the camera and near the light will be too bright. So by backing it up and turning the power on higher, you get a deeper depth of light. And here's the view of the lighting from where we were standing.